What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the TheRealBar podcast. This is not technically an episode, I guess.
This is a
This is just kind of an update / apology, I guess. So I'm back with my co-hosts as always, RJ Ferrucci. What's up?
What's going on, guys?
And then if you're watching, you'll notice that we're outside once again, and we have no guest in the third seat.
I mean,
and that's
kind of a guess. The ghost.
Yeah, I mean, he's
ghost of Mason's patio.
Yeah.
Okay, right?
So and if you're listening, you just heard we don't have a guest this week. And that's kind of just what we wanted to talk about. So before this episode today, we've had a guest every single week. That's what our podcast is kind of like driven by, is our guests. That's how we get our topics, what we want to talk about, just different shit like that. And me and RJ did like our due diligence to, you know what I mean, like have a schedule, calendar, make sure we knew when we wanted them to come, when they were coming, and we like talked back and forth with all of our guests. What we didn't do is make sure that if the guest couldn't come, we had a backup plan or had enough episodes stored just like on my hard drive to like get through that week without having physically a person here. So that's kind of just what we want to talk about. So I'll pass it over to RJ, and I just kind of want him to explain what our process has been and then kind of why we fucked up, to be blatantly honest, this week.
So honestly, it hasn't been like it's like a this week mess up. It's like a whole season mess up because we had guests that we wanted to get on, and
12 specific guests.
Yeah, we had 12 episodes we really wanted to get on. The problem is that we had guests like available to us when we were in Atlantic City for Logan's bachelor party. We had our guests there. We dropped the ball on that one. We got having a little too much fun, whatever. Which is to be expected at a bachelor party. I mean,
yeah.
So we had a guest there that we wanted to get on. We had all of our equipment, and we kind of dropped the ball on that one. So that put us down one. Had another one that doesn't live in the state. I don't want to drop names just in case we have.
Lives in the state, just not in the state right now, right?
Oh yeah, technically it is the state.
Yeah.
It is the state. Okay.
So another one of our guests.
I will say it's New York City, so I kind of consider it out of the state because like.
Yeah. Another guest just is 4 hours away and doesn't come home often, so we dropped the ball on those episodes when that guest was in town. And then our last guest is literally out of the country right now.
Yeah.
So
I mean, like,
yeah. So what we're saying is basically we had, like we said, we're doing 12 episodes. We still are. We're still gonna have 12. This is not gonna be considered an episode. And we had 12 specific guests who we reached out to in the beginning of the season when RJ first came on. And we confirmed they wanted to come on. They were going to be guests. They were coming for season 2. All that was done. We thought we had it all organized. And as you guys know, we're still learning. And it took us till the end of the season to realize where our kind of fuck up was. So we were good. We would have times where we didn't have a guest, and we would scatter and get a different guest that was supposed to be on another week, stuff like that. And then when we finally had 3 guests left, which is what we have now, 3 specific guests who we know we want and they know they're supposed to be coming, and they all have different shit going on in their lives, we didn't have a backup plan for it.
We pride ourselves on having guests run the show. Like if you're listening now, you're probably listening to a lot of them. So we pride ourselves on having the guests kind of run the show. Like we tailor our topics, our conversation to the guest. What happens though is that when you're relying on a guest, things happen. Things happen with their lives. Things happen in our lives. It's me and you, Mace. Like you're busy sometimes, I'm busy sometimes, the guest has something come up. So when you're tailoring your podcast, your episode to another person, like if things happen, you're kind of in a trench, like where you go. Like you want them on, like every person we have for the podcast, like we have on for a specific reason, like they bring something to the table and we think the conversation is going to be good. So like if they can't come on that week, we don't want to scrap them. We want to work around them. But when they don't come on, now we're in a whole all right, this week we have to either scramble for a guest on our list, push them up, which is not always easy because
they're planning on a certain date.
They already have their plans,
and we try to get them a week early. And
it's tough with the way we run the podcast to always have a person on because when it's not just me and you. Like me and you, we can get together easy. Boom, we can get together at 1 a.m. one day and shoot this. But when we're kind of relying on a guest, and then we're not blaming the guest here because it's not their fault, it's our fault for sure. But it just puts you in a little hole, and it's tough to come back, especially when you're in the last 3 weeks, when you only have 3 guests
people
you
left.
need.
Yeah.
Now we're like, oh, crap, which one's going to come on first? And
exactly. So basically, like you said, we're not blaming the guests whatsoever. So if any previous guests are listening, obviously it's nobody's fault but our own. Basically, not to say anybody's name, but a friend told me when I first gave this idea to start the podcast in season 1 before RJ even came on. My buddy's idea was, hey, I think you should record 5 to 6 episodes before you even tell anyone you're having a podcast. Yeah. And I kind of blew it off, and I was like, nah, I want to start it now because I want to see the results and get people excited. And now that all comes full circle onto season 2, where it would have been way smarter if RJ and I recorded 5 guests in maybe a week or 2, and then we had time to fill those slots, if that makes sense. So we record a guest usually once a week. Sometimes we get 2 in a week if we're lucky. And that if we do 2 a week, we only upload once, so we'll have 1 in the bank. We should have done that a lot more than we did. Yeah. Is what we're basically trying to say. So
and we can't even apologize for not having the guests on this week, because if you think about it, we're not going to sacrifice the content. You're taking time out of your day to listen to this. We're not going to sacrifice and bring on some random person that has nothing to say or just not good at recording.
Which is something I would have done before.
Yeah,
I would have.
We're not going to sacrifice that, because if you're going to sit here and listen to us for an hour, we want this content to be good. So when we're coming on here and doing this, just me and you, we're apologizing. That kind of speaks to what we're trying to build, because we're not bringing on crap and making you guys listen to crap. We're going to bring on the people that we think are quality guests,
contribute something to it,
and we're gonna stick to it. And if it doesn't work out that week, that's the business we're in right now.
Yeah,
the way our episodes are ran, it's just I don't know, caution of the work, I guess.
Yeah. So basically, like you said, this isn't gonna be some long, strung out, hour-long episode or anything like that. Like we said, this isn't an episode. We literally we were texting back and forth. We knew all week. We tried all week to get a guest. We knew all week something it wasn't going the way we wanted it to. And today, which is Sunday, we were texting. And I was like, hey, I think we at least need to go on and apologize. And that's literally all we're doing. I mean, this has been 2 months, so longer than that. Why am I saying 2 months? It's been however long it's been. You guys have been listening for a while. If you're new, I mean, I appreciate it. I'm sorry this is the first episode or update you got to listen to.
Imagine they tune into the first time. The apology podcast.
But
I love it.
But no, we just wanted to apologize and be transparent and tell you guys that no, we're not always organized. We don't always have someone ready a week ahead of time. We really do try. We reach out on all social medias. We have a business email, texting. We try to get these guests lined up, but sometimes it just doesn't work. And this is kind of the boat we're in now, because back before me and RJ were doing it together, I would scramble and just get one of my boys. I could have easily had, or so could RJ, had one of our friends just come on and drink and shoot the shit. But that's no longer what we're trying to do. So instead of giving you guys some bullshit content where we just filled the seat that was next to RJ, we decided to apologize for our mistake, let you guys know we fucked up, and just move on from it. So
and there's a lot that kind of goes into deciding whether we're gonna say, all right, screw it, bring on some rando, and just bullshit our way through it. We're sticking to this. We have a lot, the next 3 episodes, we're praying that they go the way we plan. Plans don't always work out, and that's for anything in this world. We have a lot of people, I shouldn't say people. I should say we have a lot of episodes, 3 episodes that are going to come out before the season's over that we think are, very, very quality.
For sure.
And I think we have to stick to that, and guess what? We could be sitting here next week and
do the same thing.
We're gonna get these people on, and we're gonna give you an episode every week. It's just what happens in between. Then, we work our ass off to get these people in. We maneuver our schedules.
Yeah. So
I mean, we work around people pretty good.
100%.
They gotta come on that day. It's how
but
it works.
I mean, so what we're saying, I mean, you guys understand the apology. Basically, this is still season 2. We're working out some kinks. We will be for a while. If anyone didn't know, or I'm not sure if we announced it at all, RJ will be coming for season 3. He will be the co-host. It's looking to be pretty permanent as long as this podcast is going and his life doesn't change or mine doesn't change as far as moving out of state or anything crazy. It looks like we're going to be running this together. Brandon Bertrand doing the sports segment. He looks to be pretty concrete. He wants to do it for a while. So those are 3 guarantees you guys have right now that RJ will be back for season 3. He'll be the co-host. I'll be the host.
Bertrand it or not, baby.
Bertrand will still be doing his talk show, which is still coming out on the 24th. And we're going to try to fix this, schedule dilemma that we have come season 3. We don't have enough time to fix it right now, guys. We have 3 episodes left, so we're going to do our best to get those done and out accordingly. But until season 3, where we have a couple weeks to take a break and lay low and actually fix the scheduling problem, we won't be able to fix it. So that's kind of why we just wanted to update you guys today. To keep going on that, like I said, Bertrand's his episode or his talk show about sports and fantasy and all things betting and stuff like that, that is still coming out on the 24th. What else do we got?
Shout out to Bertrand, by the way. He is now.
What?
I don't know if he put any out today, but I believe he is 3-1. Well, he's 3 for 4, depending on how you look at it. He's 3 for 4. So he's got 3 right, 1 wrong. That's pretty damn good for a little
for just starting.
Start it up. I mean, sideline scoop.
And as hard as people know that are listening, preseason football is almost impossible to like bet. So the fact that he's got 3 out of 4 games correct is pretty cool. I mean, I know there's hundreds of games all season or whatever, so there's still time to do better or worse. But for now, I mean, he's on top of his shit. Definitely go check him out. Sideline Scoop on Twitter. Still don't know if he's doing an Instagram, but his logo and merchandise and stuff will be out shortly. Another thing we want to say is as far as suggestions, for the dilemma we have with the schedule, if there's any suggestions you guys can make that you think would help us kind of get over that hump of possibly not having a guest or like missing somebody that week, what we should do. Do you like that we did this episode where we're kind of apologizing and like at least like owning up to it, or do you think we should have just skipped it and announced something on Twitter or Instagram? That's something we're interested to know.
Or even if you guys are like sitting there listening, like you got something, like if you have something to promote or like something you're doing that you think's cool, like we're not trying to like have you come on and be braggy. Like I know like I wouldn't want to come on and be braggy. There's not like a lot of people that want that. But if you have like something you're trying to promote, get out there. Like we have a platform where we're reaching out to a lot of people. Like reach out to us, send us a text, send a message, send a DM, whatever.
Yeah.
Just be like, yeah, I'm interested in coming on. Like we'll get you on, and we're not gonna come on here and rip you. We'll just showcase you. And I feel like that's a lot of people are doing like this entrepreneur shit, or like they're in a business where they need to sell something or sell themselves. Look, we got a lot of people that watch, come on, and like it's only growing. It's only gonna help you if you come on. It's gonna help us too. Don't get me wrong, but like we're open and reach out. Like we'll get you on. We have fun on here. We have some drinks. We have some good convos. We have some laughs. It's a good time. Overall it's a good hour and a half, whatever we're on here for.
Definitely a good time. Come on. Just to kind of hit on that a little further. So as he says that, and we talked about it the whole episode, we will be making our season 3 guest list pretty soon, honestly.
And it is filling up. It's filling as we go.
100%, yeah. So there's a lot of people that we just couldn't fit into this season. There's a lot of people that we just want on. So we are filling up the season 3 guest list. We have not determined whether it'll be 10 episodes or 12 episodes or 15 episodes. We just haven't decided. 10 will be the bare minimum, though, for sure. That guest list is filling up quick, so DM us, tweet us, text us, call us, let us know in person if you think you have something to contribute and you want a spot on the guest list. Not that it's some like high-end fucking reward to come and talk to us, but it would be cool to talk to you. And like we said, we have a platform to kind of promote whatever you want to promote. So let us know if you would potentially want to come on and be a guest for season 3. And just to kind of hit on what we'll be doing between now and season 3. So we have this little update. We're going to have 3 episodes come out. Upon that 3rd episode coming out, we're going to take about a 2-week break, which I think I mentioned on Bertrand's episode. We're going to take a 2-week break where there'll be no uploads whatsoever. We will be active most likely on Instagram still during those 2 weeks, just to kind of make sure you guys know we're still out there. During that 2 weeks, we're going to be going around trying to get more sponsors, trying to just upgrade the podcast as best as possible, maybe get different venues, different places to record, maybe different contests, giveaways, just stuff like that, things that we can offer for season 3 to make this a better platform. And that's really about it. Just overall podcast maintenance during those 2 weeks, kind of just take a break for me and RJ. Where, I mean, I know you guys don't think this is hard work to come sit here and talk, but it takes time out of our day. It takes setting up.
I mean, we're sitting here on a Sunday to push this out. I mean, and I texted Mason. I was like, look, because we talk a lot. We talk a lot about, we have difference of opinions. And if you know Mason, he has a strong opinion. And if you know me, I have a strong opinion. And it's good because we always have, like, good points and we always kind of talk through things. I texted him. I was like, I don't think it's smart for us to put out an episode just me and you.
Yeah.
Bullshitting, drinking, because we've built this season 2 where it's just like we have good guests, we have good content, and he agreed. Like he's just like we should just go on there, apologize, and be done with it because we're not gonna sit here for 45 minutes, bullshit you guys, waste 45 minutes of your life.
Yeah.
And while we sit here and drink and talk on a Sunday, it just doesn't make sense. But I'm glad we kind of got this out there, and
For sure.
whether you like it or not, like it's just kind of
That's what we have. Yeah.
It's what we got for you. I mean, we could have went. I know people like consistency, so I think getting something out there was the best plan.
That's the main reason we did it, is to be consistent. We do upload every week. We pride ourselves on that. Unless there's a holiday or some crazy emergency, we upload every week, whether we have a guest or no guest. The only difference now is we're not going to upload you guys any bullshit, and I admit that I have done that. Not bullshit. None of my guests have been bullshit, but a lot of my guests, and like I said, it was a startup brand business podcast, a lot of my guests were my friends. I had my friends come on to help me out in pinches or just to come on because I knew they'd say yes. And that's no longer like the motto that we're trying to like have here. A lot of our friends do have a lot of good stuff to kind of give us, but we're no longer going to just text. Yeah, we're not going to text our buddies anymore if we don't have a guest and just kind of take advantage of them, because that's kind of what I did. I was like, oh, I know this person's going to say yeah, come on and we'll talk about whatever. That's not going to happen anymore. So we promise to just give you guys good content, or at least what we think is good content, and that's the main thing.
Right, what we think is good.
What we think is good content, and we got some busy weeks coming ahead of us, so we're definitely gonna get these 3 episodes out, and then keep you guys updated for season 3. So unless you have anything else to say, I'm good.
I think it's kind of all we got right now.
It's literally all we got. You're
Sunday,
set?
baby.
That's
Sunday fun day. As you can see, we're getting into a little Sunday fun day. So I think
this will be uploaded the same day, just like last week. We don't like to do that, but it's gonna be. So like he said, it's Sunday. I'll be uploading this in probably an hour. It's 5 o'clock, so it'll probably be up at like 6:30, 6:45. Check it out on YouTube if you want. Instagram, we'll put a couple promotion clips, normal stuff we do on Instagram. You can find us on SoundCloud, YouTube, Spotify, Google, anywhere you can find podcasts. And like we said, this isn't going to be considered an episode, so don't worry about that. We're not going to sell you guys short and give you a less episode than we said. There'll still be 3 more coming out. If you listen to this whole thing, I appreciate it. From me, I'm sorry for sure. I apologize for not doing my due diligence to have a guest on.
Pretty good. So.
What'd you say?
We messed up pretty good.
Yeah, we definitely
we'll
messed.
That one on the chin.
We definitely messed up, and we're gonna learn from it for sure. So appreciate you guys listening. Hope everyone has a fantastic week, and we'll definitely talk to you next week. See you later. This has been The Real Bar. Peace.